For Tony Hinchcliffe.
Fuck yeah! Here we are, everybody. We're doing it again. Anything can happen. It's Kill Tony, everyone. We're random comedians or people just starting out in comedy sometimes. Even sign up for the opportunity to do a minute of stage time. How you doing, live audience? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. How about you keep it going for the great Pat Reagan over there, the man you've been jamming with all night, the leader of the Kill Tony band, the one-man band. Hello to the thousands of hundreds watching on Ustream right now, live on the internet at ustream.tv/Death Squad. That's right, there's hundreds more people watching this show. So we just couldn't fit them all into the Anne Frank attic of the Comedy Store, but I'm glad that you guys could make it another jam-packed Monday. This is fun. It was a little half-off Monday last week. We were a little wibbly-wobbly on our turnout.
Welcome back, though. You've been on the road. You've been everywhere.
Yeah, I just went to Vancouver, Philly, Montreal, and Buffalo, and Toronto, all in the past 2 weeks, everybody.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and still dialed in. Still throwing killers like that Malaysian plane reference from 5 minutes ago. You never know what can happen in the moment. Anything can happen. Pat, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Tony.
Put your hands together for Josh Martin running around in the purple shirt. Little goofball. Takes care of everything. Hangs up the Chinese lanterns. All the hard work that someone as smart as me doesn't want to do.
Yeah. Have you even played with Periscope yet? That's the biggest thing that's been hitting the Comedy Store since you've been gone.
Really?
Everybody's been Periscoping. We're Periscoping right now with 200 people.
Wow.
We're Ustreaming right now with 200 people.
200?
Yeah. So we got 400 people watching 2 different camera angles.
This Periscope thing just started. Why do you keep putting up my free cams?
No,
like,
no
you
reason.
Can't even. You're a disgusting human, Brian.
Chucking on the
How do we
bitches.
already have more people on Periscope than on the Ustream?
Because Periscope is taking off. This is the new thing. It's if you guys haven't found out yet, Twitter bought a live streaming company where now people have like their own little drones in their hands. So last night there was 5 different people just streaming their own.
Oh Jesus, we're all gonna be idiots in 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
This is the dumbest culture ever.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
There's no more secrets anymore.
And then people are upset now about texting and driving. Wait until there's periscoping and driving.
I did that last night on the way here.
Oh, Jesus. All right. I thought you were going to say on the way home. I'm like, Brian.
No, I wouldn't do it on the way. Well, actually, I did do it on the way home. I forgot. I was blacked out.
There you go. On fire. That one really hit. Stop pointing that thing at me. Get a tripod or something, you weirdo. What are you, Martin Scorsese? All right, guys. Let's get this fun fest started. Sacramento and San Francisco next week.
Yeah.
San Francisco and Sacramento. So if you live in San Francisco or Sacramento and you're watching on Periscope or Ustream or KillYourself.com, go buy tickets to our live show next Tuesday and Wednesday in San Francisco and Sacramento at the Punchline Comedy Club. Anyway, welcome, live audience. You guys ready to meet tonight's guests or what? I know I am. I always have 2 of my funniest friends on to talk with comedians with me. It's stand-up comedians talking to comedians about comedy or about anything. Tonight's guests, they've both been on this show before, 2 of my funniest friends, 2 of my most successful, hard-working, and show business friends. I'm so lucky to have them both here. Put your hands together for the great Ian Edwards and Erik Griffin, everybody. Here they are. Erik Griffin and Ian Edwards. Erik Griffin and Ian Edwards, ladies and gentlemen. Here they are. Fuck yes.
Yeah. What's going on?
Good to have you guys.
Yeah.
You guys have done this show before. I'm excited that you're both back.
What's up, Red Man?
Erik,
That's
how
your
you
real
doing?
name? Is that like a weird...
Oh my God! This new you holding a phone thing is
All
just
right,
going to be a
I'll
disaster,
stop.
right?
Are
No,
you,
it's okay. You can do it if
periscoping
you
it?
want.
That's
It's
all right.
just scary to like.
There's too much cameras anyway.
Yeah.
So if it's an app, it's okay, you know. Stalking is now okay because there's an app.
Right.
I mean, at least fine. They stopped you at 6 seconds. You know what I mean?
Floyd Mayweather's working on a Beat Your Girl app, so it'll be okay as long as it's an app.
Right.
It won't. I'm just kidding.
Why did it get so awkward when
I know.
you guys
It
came up
happened
and
quick.
sat down?
It happened quick.
It was fast.
Pat, Pat, I always have you ask the guests questions rather than me asking them questions because it's more fun and spontaneous, and I never know what you're going to ask. So why don't you go ahead, ask our guests tonight's question.
Okay, Erik Griffin, how do you think the world's going to end?
I don't think it is going to end. Yeah, it's going to keep going.
Really?
Yeah, why does it have to end? Why are you such a
Yeah,
pessimist?
we're going to die, but it's going to keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how do you think humanity's going to end?
You first.
Okay. All right, Pat, you went for it on that one. What's your question for Ian Edwards?
Ian Edwards, you work with Conan a lot. Conan's a big, tall guy, but he's got, like, sort of big dick. So my question is, does he wear 2 pairs of underpants to buffer between his dick and his pants so you can't tell his dick through his pants?
Is this his attempt at an uncomfortable question? Because it's weak.
That's a real question.
This is my question to do. Is that your attempt at trying to be awkward?
Is that my attempt at trying to be awkward? Is my attempt at trying to be funny?
Are you one of the guest comics?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I start trashing him in his T-shirt? And
Oh,
his,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And his could
Oh,
you
we
watch that thing?
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
oh. Why don't you like me, Ian Edwards?
Listen, to not like you, I would have to know you, and that wouldn't happen. Let's not get an ego boost over there. I'm just in this moment. I'm just attacking.
But you can look at me when you talk to me.
Nah, I don't have to do that.
Wow, he has less
I've
than...
seen you. I've seen you.
Ian has less than no respect for you, Pat.
That's rough.
I wouldn't even put that word in there. It's just a less than, you know. Who is this guy? Where'd you get him? Where's the robot?
Yeah, I was like,
The fuck is this? So let me get. When I first was here, there weren't that many people. Now the shit is packed, and then you.
That's because I got rid of the
downgraded
robot.
from the robot to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. No
Finally
problem.
got packed because we got rid of the robot.
No, I just don't. You know.
No, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing show format, and the host is incredible.
here we go.
and humble.
Well produced, too. Well produced.
Oh, you got a little shout out.
He would,
That's nice.
he would
You know
turn red if he could. It's hilarious.
I what?
I said you would turn red if you could.
He's saying you don't have the blood or the heart in your body to even make your face turn red right now.
I have a blood circulation condition called Raynaud's phenomenon.
Congratulations.
Really?
Yeah. Ladies.
All right, let's get this fucking thing started.
Yeah,
Like we're at a
let's do that.
UCB show.
Let's get it on, guys. Comedians,
Thank you
you
for
know what the
getting
deal is.
How many comics are here?
As always, about 25, 30, 35 comedians sign up for the chance to do 60 seconds on this stage. When their 60 seconds is up, we continue to talk to them on the stage, maybe about what they talked about, maybe we give them advice, maybe we just make fun of them. Maybe we find out more things about them that maybe they could turn into different material. Comedians, you know your 60 seconds is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. Yeah, that's the sound. That means wrap it up, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear.
Yeah, let's
Yep.
see.
You don't want that to happen again, right?
You still haven't gotten Jerome to come in and do that, right?
Who?
Remember Jerome? I always ask about him.
Oh, yeah. No, he never made it in. He never made it in. An actual gay,
Remember
an
Jerome?
actual fat gay man to be the West Hollywood bear. No, we never got
Oh,
him.
Jerome, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, I pulled the name out of the bucket. Your first comedian doing 60 seconds tonight goes by the name of Ryan Dalton. Here we go.
Hey, how you doing? I just moved into town. Love going out to eat. Not a fan of the restaurants here. They're a little too nice. Fine dining is designed to make you feel like shit about yourself. This restaurant had water options, and I was not prepared. They're like, we have sparkling water, we have bottled water, but you look like more of a tap water person. I'm like, do you have a puddle? The next time this happens to me, I'm going to out-snob the restaurant. I'm like, do you have any steam? They don't have steam. Well, they don't have sparkling steam, I assure you.
Sparkling too.
Because you're poor. I think suppository is the nicest possible word for what that actually is. Like, there's no nicer way to describe that. Like, you hear suppository, you don't know what it is. You're like, oh, suppose you tell me a story. What's it about? Oh, I'm done. There we go.
Yeah. Ryan Dalton.
for it.
Hell yeah. How long you been doing stand-up?
11 years.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Oh.
Yeah, that shows. Where have you been doing this 11
I
years?
lived in Cleveland, and then I traveled the country, and then I moved here like last month.
Last month.
So whose road jokes are those? Now, I only said it because this is like cheating for you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's
I
like...
mean, my guns were loaded. I came down.
Yeah,
did
yeah.
some
It's
jokes.
like you
You
knew
were
it-
fully
you
waiting
t-
to trash me. But
No,
you
no.
know, God damn it, he's got
I'm not here to trash you. I'm not. I've done this before. I
Should've
never trashed
trashed me.
anybody.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you sat so far in a seat where you have no confidence of getting a number. Like half your time was up by the time you got here.
That's true. That's true.
So, but I can tell that like a new person didn't write this joke. So why are you doing the show?
Oh, I did it because I wanted a minute of stage time.
All right.
Yeah.
Stage time is stage time.
Yeah, I was going to say this is actually a testament to you, Tony, that like people are coming into town and they're hearing about your show and they're like, "Ooh, I got to go get on that show." So
Right.
it's actually, you know, that's a compliment to Tony right now.
Of course,
You know what
yeah.
Or
And the show.
I mean? Yeah.
or
And the
this
show.
guy is just trying never to go back to Cleveland.
Yeah,
Right.
That's it too. That's
He's like,
more
I'm coming
accurate.
to LA. I'm going to try to make it. Fuck Cleveland.
How long did you spend on the road?
All 11 years, just doing it and coming back to Cleveland. So that's
What? So you started in Cleveland. Some guy in the back of the room in Cleveland's like, you're going on the road. Let's go. And that was it?
it. No, it was like you start doing mics. You do mics, then you host, and then you enter.
And you did all
the
that?
evil like comedy competitions.
Oh.
And then you
Gosh.
win comedy competitions, and then your prize is stage time at other clubs. So your radius just keeps expanding throughout time until you can go. And then you get to a level, which is the saddest part, where you realize that I've got the material, but then they're like, oh, you don't have the credits, so you're never going to headline any of these rooms. So
Oh,
that's when
shit.
you're like, I think I'll go start over at 40.
This is a sad story.
Wow.
Shit.
That
you,
wa-
have, you have kids?
No kids.
Oh,
Married?
Thank
Yes. Married.
How long you been married?
I've been married 5 years now.
So, well, what part of the road did you meet her on?
I met her in Cleveland.
What were you doing
So
back
she
in
wanted-
Cleveland?
I was at a show, and my best friend introduced us, and I was like, she's pretty much as good as I'm ever going to do. No, sometimes you got to know.
Yeah, I think you came
gotta
to
know.
LA. You came
A
to
lot of
LA
you think
5
you got
years
it
too
better.
late.
It's not going to work out, but I did.
She was probably as good as you could possibly get in Cleveland.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not denying any of this.
is
I
she-
know what I look like.
Is she out here with you?
She is.
Is
She's
she
a
in the
nurse.
room right now?
No, she's not.
Oh, she's a nurse.
Good.
Oh.
Yeah, so she can get a job being a nurse here where I do minutes at a time.
So that's how you. All right. So she had a lifeline out of Cleveland too, and you had a lifeline out of Cleveland. It's all right.
Yeah.
Well, my question is, what's your next plan?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Fuck yeah. Look at that. Ryan Dalton.
Proud
Timing,
husband.
ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
timing.
exactly.
Now
And,
you're funny. You're funny, man. As soon as you did the first joke, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing this for?
Is that joke an older joke? Is that
The first one's the newer joke.
the newer joke? Yeah,
And the
'cause this-
second one's brand new.
The water one's so fun that you could play with. There's so much. Like I was thinking, vitamin water. You know, at vegan places. There's so much to do. But I would like to invite you to the Death Squad show Friday if you want to do a spot
I'd
there.
love to. Thank you.
Wow, look at that. Dreams coming true. Now he gets to do another show at the Ice House, an actual
Oh,
set.
no.
You
but-
just
but
won
this-
another contest. Your radius is expanding.
I love it.
Well, now he's just raised the bar. What really sucks now is everybody's going to come up here now. I'm going to get on that show too.
Right. Right. And
You're
they're-
probably
They
not.
haven't- they
Just
haven't-
FYI,
they haven't been doing it 11 years to escape Cleveland. They're not going to be as good.
you better have a better story too. I'll tell you that.
Pat, I see your wheels turning over there. What do you think about Ryan Dalton?
You know, my confidence is shattered. I'm gonna go no comment here.
Wow.
Because Pat is not booked on that show Friday at the Ice House. And he just watched some guy come out of nowhere.
Next week, guess who's going to be the new Pat next week? It's going to be sitting in Pat's chair.
He is from
Pat's
Ohio.
name is going to be in a bucket,
Yeah.
trying to get a 90-minute spot.
Well, Ryan, congratulations and thank you.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Very
Pretty
good
simple.
stuff.
Thanks,
There he
guys.
goes. He's Ryan Dalton. Follow him on Twitter at Ryan Dalton. Ryan Dalton.
He looks like a dumpier transporter.
Yeah, he looks like Bruce Willis dressed in Smurf.
Jason Statham from
Yeah.
Cleveland.
There you go. Oh, Pat's fighting his way out of the swamp over there. Here he goes.
Oh, that
He's
was
not
you?
giving up.
It's hilarious.
I have no comment on
I
that.
pulled another name out of the bucket, and that name is Lane Smith Jr.
How's it going? Ever since I came on this show a couple weeks ago, I came out about my sweaty hands, and it's totally ruined my fucking game. I've had to resort to Tinder. I met this girl on Tinder, Stacy. Took her out to this house party. I invited her upstairs, got her a couple drinks. All of a sudden, I got the Niagara hands coming. I was like, fuck, I got to make my move. So I whispered in her ear. I said, hey, you want to go fuck in the bathroom? She said, sure. Anytime a girl says sure after you ask if you want to fuck, you got to wear a condom. Right, so I take her in the bathroom. She's a little dry, so I take out my SpongeBob's, wetting that up. I start fucking her, right? I start fucking her, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, holy shit, I just met her on Tinder. Oh my God, I gotta come. So I say, oh my God, I gotta come. Boom! She drops on her knees. She looks up at me and she says, come on my face. So I came on her face, right? The next morning, right, I wake up next to this gargoyle. I'm like, hey, I gotta go. Do you need me to take you anywhere? She says, yeah, you can take me to class. Right? I say, all right, UCLA, USC. She goes, Fairfax High School.
Wow. Wow. Fairfax High School was what he said there for everybody listening to the podcast.
Well, that just tells me that your Tinder shouldn't be 16 to 35 or whatever.
She lied about her age, man.
Whatever.
It's not, you're not guilty if they lie about their age.
I liked everything until it lost its personality. At 45 seconds, you said you woke up next to a gargoyle, and all of a sudden anybody could have said that, and we've heard things like that before. But that first 45 was crushed. He was here a couple weeks ago, and he did 60 seconds all about the fact that he has a terrible condition where his hands sweat profusely. We then
Soaking
confirmed the
wet.
fact, like, can you show them? Can they see it from
Yeah,
there?
it's glistening.
Like, he's got soaking wet hands. It's a, what's it called again? Hydrohalitosis, right? Something like that.
like that.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway. But point is
You
that
That
he
joke
talked,
last week too.
well, it's not really a joke. It's just
Yeah,
fucking
right.
disgusting. That's not
But-
that's
but-
not my Writers Guild work coming.
But to be fair, Tony, ever since I've shaken his hand, me and Pat and a few other people, we keep on talking about it almost every day. It's like it haunts us.
Yeah.
You're the person the fist bump was made for.
Yes.
And it still squirts, it splashes water on your face.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck. So yeah, you know, and that can follow that 60 seconds of hand sweating stuff. Like, all of a sudden you could be in on that. But I'd keep it on wet hands. If you're going to be the wet hands comedian, I say go wet hands all the way. Don't give up at 45 seconds and say, oh, I woke up next to her and she wasn't that pretty. All
Right,
it turned
right.
out she was a high school. Like, all of a sudden
Right.
you're playing it safe instead of
Right.
keeping it on your disgusting fucking
When
thing.
you when you clap outside during the day, is there a rainbow?
It's hilarious.
well, my question is, do you have real stories about people meeting you with these hands in a hand situation?
Oh
and having a
yeah,
problem?
no, I've got real stories. That's a real story. I told you guys. It's not a fake story.
That's a story you shouldn't tell anybody.
Right.
Well, no. The truth is, the night before she told me she was in high school, then I got her drunk, then I took her to the bathroom, then I came on her face.
Okie dokie. I'm pretty sure the
Like-
police are on their
like
way.
I said,
and
I'm on.
Yeah,
the,
you know
I'm
this
on-
is a live podcast, right?
Dude, I gotta promote. I'm on To Catch a Predator coming up. This
oh,
season.
see what I'm talking about?
check it
See
out.
what just happened?
I
That's
don't-
exactly what I was saying that you did
go
in
dark.
your.
Right.
No, it's not dark.
It's
It's
not
undark.
dark.
It's going unfunny and hacky. That's what you
Okay.
do, and then you shouldn't do that because you're funnier than that. Even the bullshit you were talking about was funnier than when you tried really tried.
Yeah,
to
that's
be
what I'm
funny.
saying. I asked a real question.
Yeah.
Like, do you have real stories?
Yeah. I mean, the other day I was at the golf range and I.
This sounds like a fake story.
It's a real story.
All right. What were
I
you
go
doing?
golf. I golf.
How many wet hands guys go golfing? I mean, this sounds like a real debacle. Let me guess. What happened? The club flew away.
I've never played golf, but I will play you now that I know you have wet hands. I think I could beat you.
He's got he just uses his hands as ball washers. He doesn't have to use the whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, that's a golf joke, guys. You guys might not. All right, fuck it. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. I deserve that.
So
on
let me
that
ask
one.
you a question just about this story you just told.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you found out she was 17?
Well, I checked her ID and she was 18, but still in high school. So.
But was there a moment of panic?
I mean, yeah, there was.
I mean, what's worse, by
next
the way?
morning was
Hey,
a moment of-
Lane.
yeah.
What's worse, by the way? Were you really happy that she was 18? Because what's worse, fucking a 17-year-old in high school or fucking an 18-year-old that definitely flunked?
Right.
And how do you know you're
Fucking
nervous?
a
How do you know you're
17-year-old.
nervous? Because
No,
your
yeah,
hands are
I
always
know.
sweaty.
That's worse.
I know, Pat. Thank you.
I'm just saying I'd rather hear about personally your moment of panic when you find out you just fucked a 17-year-old.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that's like it's just like the question Erik asked
Right.
about people who shook your hands.
Right.
It's like just how you felt.
Right. Like
know.
all of a sudden, I'm trying to grab the keys, get her to the house. Like I'm slipping. I can't turn the wheel.
Whatever's real.
Right.
You know, whatever's real. You know,
Right.
don't try to make it up right here, but whatever's real about that is it's funny. You know, like comics like to go away from what's real and try
Yeah.
to make some shit up.
Right.
But there's a lot of shit in here.
Yeah, because you
About
got like
a moment,
this is like
and
a
we don't
real
examine
thing.
it.
Right.
It's a real condition.
Right. So I'm sure you have real stories where this has been a fucking problem.
Right. Well, I tried to steer away. I tried to involve it, but not really involve it because I want to do other material.
Right.
But
Nobody,
you guys
like
just
that.
Lane. Nobody
throw in
wants
the
to hear
fucking
your
hands.
other material.
Right, fine, all
You're the
right.
wet hands comedian.
All right.
You killed with it 2 weeks
Right.
ago.
Well, you don't have to. Well, you don't have to talk about that. But I'm just. I'm just talking about.
I think you do have to talk about that.
I don't. I
So
don't.
there-
There's no right or wrong way. I'm just saying. I don't think. I think that whatever you're talking about, it's going to sound corny. Like
Right.
Yeah. So you need to work on that part of it.
I just think you need to examine the moments of things more. Like you're trying to find some exterior funny,
Right.
and get physical, and there's like how you really feel about something is probably the funniest and the most relatable to other people who've been in a situation.
Like,
Like look at this guy right here. You think he hasn't fucked a few 17-year-olds before? Like, I don't know who he is, but he's creeping me the fuck out.
Yeah, I see you like coming on the girl, then finding on her face, and then finding out that she's 17, and you grabbing some like toilet paper,
cleaning it
and
off.
like licking your lip like a little baby. Like, oh, let me clean this
trying
up.
to get all his DNA and evidence off
Right,
a 17-year-old face.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus. So
you're going to jail.
let's talk about this wet hands thing some more. Do you ever feel bad when you're doing something like stand-up comedy and you have a microphone in your hand and it's soaking wet and other people have to touch that after you?
Yeah, someone's gonna get shocked after I go up.
See, you son of a bitch. You just can't help yourself, can you? You're trying too hard, Lane. It's all right in front of you.
Well, I think what Ian is saying is very important. I don't know if you even heard that.
He doesn't. He didn't.
But
hear
like,
it.
what I'm just
Did
saying
not
is
hear.
like you know, I find that you're trying to be funny. I get that
Right.
these things you're saying, like when you said the 17-year-old and she's the gargoyle, you think that those buzzwords and those sections in the joke are going to make people go ha. But it's really about like even if you're telling a lie, I don't know who you were in that story or how it affected you. You
And you
know?
can do those things, but you still have to come back to how you felt in the moment.
I
You
got
know what I'm
I
saying?
understand
Don't
what
step
you're
on the gas and go for these things. Don't take these lunges and shit. You know. How's your knees, by the way? You dropped
saying.
hard.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I wore some.
And then when you drop on your knees like that, like don't think the audience didn't hear that, and it won't take away from the punchline that you're trying to get.
Right.
There's people like, I wanted to laugh, but damn, how's his knees?
Yeah. So, what do you do for work, Lane? How do you make money?
I hustle, man, every single day. I'm
Okay,
I'm
that-
on TV. I try to do my thing.
What do you do on TV?
I was just on True Detective last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Dead body number 2. or
Rachel
something.
McAdams. Yeah, well, no, Rachel McAdams. She's kind of saves me a little bit.
Really? You were on True Detective?
True Detective
Good
Colin
shit.
Fair.
Jesus, you're making it in show business with wet hands?
Yeah.
Now I feel like a real idiot.
So
I want to be on True Detective, and I have perfectly normal, healthy hands.
Can you imagine if you tried to sell acid for a couple weeks? Like every time you would take the acid out. I'm just thinking of all.
That's funny.
He can never use. He can never
Worst
use.
acid
He can
sales.
never use Alka-Seltzer because every time he puts in there, just.
Right. And he's probably the
So
only
you're
guy.
so you're saying you're an actor
Was I on a Samsung commercial with you, Super Bowl, like 4 years
that
ago?
never aired?
You were riding on the
Yeah, I
thing?
got cut
Yeah.
out of that, motherfucker.
Yeah, so did I.
So this is interesting to me. So you're an actor.
Yes.
Why,
So-
hold on,
so that
I'm
just means
sorry,
you're
I'm
a
sorry.
horrible
Why did y'all
writer.
laugh at what he just did? Why did you laugh? Everybody just laughed. Oh, Tony.
Yeah,
I thought it was because he. I thought it was because you like. So did I.
The way that he said "so did I" and was like, so did I.
But it was honest and it was how
It is
you
good
felt
acting.
at the fucking moment, and I think that's what people
Right.
think is funny.
And it's
what you
interesting to
keep
me that
missing.
means if you're an actor, that means you just need to work on your material, I guess, because you know how to perform. So if you saw yourself doing what you did up here earlier, you might be like, "Ooh, I'm not going to hire that guy." You know what I mean? So if you're acting, just act and then do a performance instead of like, I'm going to be goofy and wacky.
Okay.
We fall
Yeah.
into that a
Yeah,
lot.
okay.
People want you to be real.
Right.
Take a more hands-on approach to.
Well played, Tony.
There it is. That's my favorite sound. Well, Lane. There you go.
Lane,
Thank you, guys.
Oh wait, Pat. did
Lane,
you-
if they ever make a Home Alone 3,
Right.
you could play the burglar.
Really?
You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about? Daniel Stern.
Speaking of Home Alone,
There is a Home
that's
Alone
where
3.
Pat's going to be next Monday during Kill Tony 105. Lane Smith Jr., everybody. There he goes. There he goes.
I love you in Modern Family.
Oh, my God. He's on Twitter at Lane Smith Jr. Oh, so
Look
fun.
at the mic. The mic is.
Oh, Josh Martin, everybody. There he is.
Periscoping it. And Kim was periscoping Josh periscoping.
Wow. Wow. That's how it happens.
Yep.
There he goes, Josh Martin. This looks like a new name. I'm pretty excited about this. Put your hands together for your next comedian. It's Jamie Monteiro. Jamie Montero, maybe?
Montero.
Any Jamie?
You know what
That's
that
it?
means?
That's a waitress. Nobody?
Nope.
Okay. That means she just got blacklisted. Pat, make some noises. Yep, that's what it sounds
I think
like.
someone's coming. Is there a Jamie
Is
coming?
that Jamie Monteiro?
Huh? No.
Nope.
Well,
Okay.
say something, motherfucker. We're like.
I pulled another name out of the bucket.
All
This
right,
name
you
is
wanna do it?
Erin Darling, everybody. Here we go.
Yeah, Erin.
Do I touch it or do I not? All right.
Pervert.
Gross. Hey guys, what's up? My friend invited me to Star Wars Day at Dodger Stadium. I said, what the shit is that? Do they start with innings 4, 5, and 6 and pretend like the first 3 never happened? 'Cause that would be awesome. I recently broke up with my boyfriend, and I quit my job in the same day. But I had a speech to help me through both situations, and I brought it to read you guys tonight. Sorry, but I had to take an opportunity that offered me more money. That was it, yeah. Let's talk about typography. There's 3 things I hate in this world: cancer, rape, and lack of calligraphy. What killed the calligraphists? Was it a meteor? Was it climate change?
All All right, that's
Seriously,
loud
every
enough.
time.
I mean, my goodness, it's unbelievable. No,
Man.
no pistol. Erin Darling, everybody. There we go.
Jesus, Red Band. Jesus, Red Band. She just told you she hates rape.
I love it that you did a Star Wars joke while wearing a Star Wars shirt
On Star Wars Day.
on Star Wars Day.
24th.
That's
Well,
right.
can I begin? I would say my biggest problem with you right now is that you're nervous and you didn't sell anything that you said up there, and it actually was funny. Like, I loved that Star Wars joke. Immediately I was like, yeah, that was good, but you went up, you were so meek. And I get it, the situation is kind of fucked up, and you know what I mean? We had
This
the wet
guy's
hands
staring at
guy,
you.
pervert. This guy has no dignity or respect left in his body. So I get how you were like, oh, my, this situation, what's going to happen? But, you know, sometimes you got to think of this as like if you went to an audition and like now you have to, this is your chance, you know, that's not how you would want to perform. So, but everything else, I just think like, you know, I don't even know how you would perform because you didn't really give it, you know, you didn't give it the gusto. But I thought the jokes were funny, you know what I mean?
How long you been on stand-up?
Between 2-3 years.
2-3 years.
Yeah.
Here in L.A.?
And on the road, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Been going on the road. Where do you mostly, like, how often do you go on stage?
Almost every day.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
For 2 or 3 years. What'd you do before that?
I was a host. Well, I still do that now too. Yeah.
Nice. What kind of hosting?
Nerd shit. I talk about movies and video games and things like that.
Yeah. Is that easier for you than stand-up?
I mean, yeah. I guess I've been doing it for way longer. So.
Right. Right. Do you talk about that stuff in your stand-up, those types of things?
Yeah, a lot.
Right.
And other stuff too, obviously, but yeah.
Did you really just break up with your boyfriend?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. That's true.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard of you.
Oh, okay.
I think I know who your boyfriend is.
Oh, really?
Oh, was, yeah. I'm not going to mention it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Why would you do that? I want to know now. What the fuck's going on?
I mean, I could still tell you privately, you know.
Oh, okay. But it's good. That's good for the podcast.
No,
She was talking shit about you, dude.
I know. It was Lane Smith Jr. She actually goes to Fairfax High School, and they met at a bar.
Callback.
Still has
See
come
what I
on her
did there?
Oh, they
face.
met on Tinder.
But I think Eric's right about committing. You know, you gotta, if you're gonna do it, do it. You know, you walked all the way down there. Your name is in the bucket.
Yeah.
You know, they pulled it out. Some people ain't gonna get on.
Yeah, why waste
Yeah.
the 60
Yeah,
seconds?
Yeah, might as well go for it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Another thing is that when you pulled out the note, I think, you know, that whole process of pulling out a note and folding it, to me, I think it would be better if you just said, you know, I wrote something the other day and blah, 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 blah. You know, instead of like doing the whole act out of reading a piece of paper. And so, I don't know. What do you guys think about the whole note?
It depends. Like, it's probably, is that like a close of the note that you normally do on the road when you have more time? Like, or where do you put it? You have, does it,
It's usually kind of in the middle of
In the middle?
everything I do, yeah.
But see, again, this just all goes back to like the commitment of the whole thing. You know, like that wouldn't even be an issue because even pulling the note out of your pocket could have been funny. Like just the anticipation of everything. You just didn't sell this right now. But,
just
you
a
know,
set,
that's
yeah.
all it is. That's all it is. And then you know, if you're saying you're someone that it lives in a nerd world, I'm sure that you're like a unicorn in the nerd world. You know, there's dudes that are gonna be every time they watch Star Wars now are gonna get a hard on. You know what I mean? So.
And I mean, those people that are that big of nerds got hard-ons watching Star Wars anyway.
Right.
But now
this is like,
now
oh
they're
my
gonna.
God.
Yeah.
Namely me. But anyway, I'm just saying, so you got to just commit because any note we give you, it doesn't matter because you didn't really, you know, and that just goes to everybody else, really, we're telling, you know. If you're going to come up here and fucking do it.
What other nerd stuff are you into?
I like how you're like.
A lot of nerdy movies.
that is the dirtiest, clean question I've ever
Yeah.
heard.
Like
in my
what?
life.
Like what? What's your favorite movies of the year or anything?
Of the year?
Sure. Of all time, anything
Of all
to get an
time?
answer.
Oh my god. I love Empire Strikes Back, obviously. Huge fan of Tarantino. I like Pulp Fiction. I like old school shit too, like Wizard of Oz and Singing in the Rain.
What's your favorite porn?
I don't think I have one.
Like genre? You just like
Do you
anything?
have a favorite porn?
Porn genre. Like, what do you turn to when you're...
I don't know.
Star Wars?
So I've never. Is that a thing?
Parody porn?
You know, you could tell him to go fuck himself if you want. You know that? You don't have to put up with that shit.
Are you a squirter?
Yeah, you don't have to answer that. I mean, I would like to know, but you really don't have to answer. You know what I'm saying? You really don't, as you know. Good call, right there.
Now, you're a Star Wars fan, right? You root for the Jedis or the dark side?
Definitely the Jedis, of course.
All right, well.
Boring!
Those losers. Luke Skywalker was nothing but a bitch, all right, the whole time. Just, no, Dad, no! The whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Every fucking movie just crying.
You know what I don't get? Why would you call it the dark side? Why would you call it that? Why would you admit that you're like evil? Like, you don't. When people that are evil don't go, "We're evil." You know what I mean?
Is there a nerd answer to that? Why they called it the dark side?
No, there's not. I don't know. George Lucas thought of it.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
why. That's
nerdiest
why.
answer you could probably give. I don't know.
I have a question, Star Wars question for you.
Okay. I can't guarantee I can answer it, but go
Okay,
for it.
how come Darth Vader, he throws the Emperor over the side in Return of the Jedi? At that point, he was in charge. Why didn't he just get on his comm and go, all right, pull back, you know, the war's over?
He was in bad
Why did
shape.
everybody in the Death Star have to die?
Dramatic effect.
That's a great
question.
a really great question, actually.
There's some other nerds in here, too. I thought of that shit.
Like,
Yeah, why the fuck?
he
Evil live
could have ended
forever.
the whole conflict. Luke could have called everybody and said, okay, pull back. My dad's with us now. And, you know,
Right.
he could have went like, all right, Death Star, pull up. You know, I don't know. Anyway, thank you. Let's give it up for...
Whoa, 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 whoa. Eric, you've got to stop
it
doing
over.
that shit. You do not do that. Jesus fucking no, don't rationalize. No, that's not how it works, Eric. You son of a bitch. He always tries to do this shit. All right, everybody, our next comedian. It's like, Jesus Christ, relax.
He's eager.
I love it. You hate Erin Darling that much. You're like, goodbye. Anyway. So, Erin, do you have an answer for that at all?
No, I
Nothing?
don't. That's a great question. I wish I had an answer for that.
Fuck
So
yeah.
for Tony's ego, we had to ask one more question.
What are you doing right now? What are you doing? Wait, is this your resentment of not starting your own podcast there, Griffin? You depending on the
No, 'cause I'm
television
busy.
fame?
I'm busy acting and going on the
Right.
road doing stand-up.
Right. Yeah, I do that too. Anyway, Erin Darling, everybody. There she goes. There she goes.
It was a good moment just to be
son
like,
of,
let's
you
move
son
on.
of a bitch. It's just a power thing. You understand.
It's hilarious.
I love this guy.
That was
He's an awesome,
Get his sword
awesome
out.
dude. He helps out with the show as well. Put your hands together for the great David Deary. Very funny, rising comedian.
All right. I just came back from London recently. Have you guys been to London? Don't worry, it's a shithole. They speak English over there, but the words are the same, but the meaning is totally different, you know? Like, they call cigarettes fags. Did you guys know that? They call cigarettes fags. Imagine a British guy in West Hollywood. Like, pardon me, chap. You know where I can find me a pack of fags? Like, whoa, buddy, whoa. A pack? Wow. Very ambitious, sir. I don't know, check one of these bars, probably everywhere, huh? The word fanny, you know the word fanny? Like we call it like a butt, like a polite word for butt? Probably a British person. The word fanny in London, you guys know fanny? It means vagina. And it's a rude word, like, hey, come here, let me see that fanny. That's crazy. I wish someone would have told me that. Because I was there visiting a friend. She just had a baby girl. She was changing the diaper. And I tried to play cute uncle. I was like, oh, look at that little fanny. Oh, look at that baby fanny. Oh, you got your mommy's fanny. Oh.
Fuck yeah, David Deary killing everybody. Bringing the thunder. It happened. There was a little cat there.
What?
There was the cat. David, you,
Oh, I heard it, yeah.
great stuff.
Thanks, man.
I didn't hear the cat. I was enjoying that. That
Yeah.
just lets me
Yeah.
know I was enjoying. I didn't hear the cat. I didn't hear
Yeah.
the bear.
Well,
Yeah,
after how we saw you try to rush off Erin Darling, Eric,
Oh,
Eric,
shut up.
we know you hate pussy, so of course you didn't hear the cat.
Can I?
Really?
You shut up in the middle of my line, you son of a bitch. You just couldn't take it, could you, Eric? You knew it was coming.
Can I just disagree with both of you on his set?
Yeah, go
Really,
ahead.
you hated it.
I mean, like English words are the same, but they mean different. It's like one of the oldest comedy things. Like if you YouTube that fag joke, you will see that joke. Like people do that joke. So I hope that's not like a bit you depend on. Like you gotta.
It is. It's my whole hour. I do an hour of that.
That's
Ian, like you're one of my favorite comics. Please don't hurt me.
David's begging for mercy right now.
what you just said is more original than everything you just did in your set. I'm telling you that
No, I take it.
that fag thing.
Yeah.
That's not gonna get you anywhere. The crowd laughs because they never heard it before. But I'm just telling you, I've heard that before.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I actually was going to say the same thing. Is that you're touching on it's like doing that would be like doing a joke about the side effects to medication. There's certain things you just don't do anymore because that's like some hacky ass shit. Let me just finish one thing. But I'm just saying, like, there was a moment there that you made it your own, just one line about the packs, like
Right.
So you could have just got to that. Like, you didn't make it original of saying, like, hey, because you can even get to say, how they call cigarettes fags, and, but then to be in West Hollywood, I mean, all that stuff is just like, if you put 100 comics, if you put everybody in this room and said, all right, I need you to write a joke about that they call fags cigarettes, and then I guarantee you that everybody would come up with a similar thing.
Right.
And you don't want that.
Right.
You don't want that, so.
Well, I think that's one thing, if I could, in my own defense, I think the one thing I struggle with is trying to find, like, an original
Okay,
idea.
well,
You know what I mean?
well, that's
like,
why
like
you
when
start
when
with
when
you.
You said, like, look at things deeper. Like that's one reason why I come to the podcast, because it's like to see a guy like you who I like admire, and then like, yeah, I gotta like.
Don't make me feel bad.
Damn, Ian.
God damn it.
That's why you don't meet your heroes. They turn out to be assholes.
Straight up.
Another thing, David, is throughout your set, you kept asking the questions like, "Hey, did you guys know that?
Right.
Did you know this?" And you could just tell them,
Right.
Like
even I came from London. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't need to
so
ask
you
if
have-
they've ever been there, or this or that.
But that's what I struggle with, trying to find like just the deeper.
How long you
'cause
been
when
doing it?
Like 5 years.
I mean, it takes time.
Yeah.
You'll find it, but it's just good to know. It's
Well,
like
when you said that, I was literally in the back thinking, like, man, I really wish I could talk about religion.
What do you want to talk about? Why can't you talk about religion?
Well, I could but it's harder work. It's a lot more. I don't get that much time on stage. I don't get that.
You don't need a lot of time on stage to talk about something that you're passionate about.
Right.
Your problem is, and this is all our problems, we want the laughter.
Yeah.
So, okay,
sure.
once you stop worrying about that, that's when you're really going to grow.
right.
you know what? Like you know what the problem is with comics? Like we don't garage band our shit. Like a band, like they practice in the garage,
Right.
hours before they get on. For weeks, months, whatever. Like we don't like if you don't have enough time, you work on your shit off stage, way more, and you get your shit together off stage,
Yeah.
and then when you get on stage, you'll have time. You'll feel like you have more time. Like you got to be more efficient with your time. It ain't about getting on stage; it's what you do off stage, and you got to search through
I mean,
your
I
things.
started writing on my own.
But do you laugh at it?
I don't know. I can't.
Okay,
tell.
wait. If you don't laugh at it, why the fuck would we laugh at it?
Right.
I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm just saying
I am saying
that's
that.
some Erik shit.
No, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm saying if you don't think it's funny, if you're not going to laugh at your own jokes, then I'm not saying you do it on stage, but it's like if I say something that I think is funny, I will laugh to myself. I'll laugh to myself, and people might tease me about that.
Yeah,
And be like,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is, if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying like, did you really laugh at that fag joke, or did you say, I wonder if the crowd will think this is
Right,
funny?
right.
Like if you were sitting in the crowd watching yourself, what would you say about that joke? Like, or what would you say about that performance? So I'm saying there's nothing wrong with finding something that you're passionate about, or something, or even if it's an odd observation about something in your day, and you tell us what you find funny about it. That's
Yeah,
what we're
you
supposed
should-
to be doing
You
here.
should definitely talk about the things that you love. Like clearly, for example, you're a mad scientist. So a day in the lab for you.
hilarious.
I need a haircut.
All of a sudden, there
Also a
things
truck
are-
driver.
Yeah.
Where's
things
your brother Mario?
He has a meth lab. That's what it is. It's a meth lab in the back of a truck.
Right. No matter what, you definitely have a look that says, "I work with beakers."
What do you do?
Well, I work in a pizza shop right now, but I do a lot of stuff.
Wow,
Like
the
what? What
lowest
do you do?
form of chemistry, pizza shop.
Hey, from a fat guy, pizza's some good science right now, all right?
I skateboard. That's probably the thing I've done the longest. Skateboard.
Okay. Oh my God. Like, why the fuck? You skateboard? Who would have thought that?
Right. No, nobody.
Like, that's the thing
Right.
you talk about, not fags in West Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, how long have you been skateboarding for?
Like 30 years.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You need something to find what you're passionate about.
No, it's not. I'm passionate about a lot of things.
Like what?
I like to cook. Cooking. What you be passionate about?
Wait, what is this? A first date?
I know it's turned into.
I like cooking. I like long walks on the beach.
But what I'm saying
I
is,
love my
like,
family.
everything you're saying is such an odd thing for you to say the way you
don't
look.
Yeah, you don't look like those things.
You don't look like
Oh,
any
yeah,
of these
yeah.
things.
So it's
Right.
funny. It's
and that's what you play off of.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't look like
Yeah.
those things, so it's funny.
Like, what do you think people think when they see you on a skateboard?
Hipster.
No, he stole it from a kid
Right.
that he just molested.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. This is getaway
mustache
skateboard.
guy with molesting people isn't hacky. Come on, guys.
Hey, nobody. Hey,
There you go.
David. David, you could shave your mustache and you'd still look like a molester. We didn't say anything about the
but I
mustache.
wanna point out-
You assumed it was the mustache. It's
what-
everything around it too,
But we're just saying,
including a little bit of little boy semen on your forehead. Still.
we're just saying this right now.
Boom.
We're just saying this right now. I didn't go home and write it, put my name in a bucket, and come up and do it on stage.
Right. I got too real.
Just,
I got too
just,
real.
just look deeper, man. That's all.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. You good?
Keep
I
rocking.
will. I will look deeper. I mean, it's definitely something I think about. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I didn't think you would just call my shit hacky, but that kind of hurts. But whatever.
I mean,
Well, sometimes it's good to hurt,
It's good.
David.
It's good.
Sometimes
It's-
it's good.
it's-
It's going to get you
listen,
back to the fucking
you don't hate me as
laboratory.
much as Pat, do you?
no, I don't hate you at all. I just
All right.
listen. Listen,
Wow.
like that's
Pat
the
again, you
that's
bitch.
the best. That's the
Trying to
best.
deflect it, you know?
gotta
There's
see
another
it.
white guy over there.
That's the best hurt you'll ever experience. It was some good for you hurt. Don't worry about it. You all right? Yeah. Go ahead, man.
There you go. Yeah.
And one last thing, it doesn't. When we say look deeper, it doesn't have to mean like what's the meaning of life deep. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't. That's not it. Like,
Just past the obvious.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because like everyone else, right when you said the pack of fag thing, I immediately go, oh, not this. Come on.
See, you know,
Everyone's
I
heard
said
Oh,
no,
even
not
you
this.
read that?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
mean,
said
no.
Why didn't you speak up earlier? I thought it was by myself.
No,
What
no, I
the
mean,
fuck is wrong with you right now?
100%.
I like-
The second you said that, the cigarette thing, that's so old. That's
When he
way
said
older.
fags, I checked out. When he said
Yeah.
pack of fags, like Eric said,
Yeah.
Yeah, pack
I'm
of
like,
fags
whoa,
makes sense.
I'm back, and he's got a new take on it. Which, by the way, is how that's the only way you can handle a hacky topic.
Right.
Like, there's a couple times in a long set that I do that at some point I might mention an airplane, and it doesn't automatically make it hacky if the thing that's coming is a completely different take on it. You know what I mean? And there's sort of something
like the
there, but
fanny part
if
of
you're
it,
going to
you know
go
what I mean?
off on the pack of it, then there's something else there. But if not, then
Take the meat out of it and put it somewhere else in a different bit.
Or even or even with the fanny part, you could have made it like more real. Like then it's like that could have really happened.
Uh-huh.
Like even if it's something that people have talked about, you could have been retelling a story of like, I didn't know fanny was a vagina, and I whatever you said, but the way you delivered it, it was just like blah 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 blah. It was like very like set up punch that we've heard a million times. So that's all. It's just working on it. You'll get there. Talk about the things that you know, skateboarding, cooking, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
how old are you?
42.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Don't say it like that.
You look 55. It's pretty impressive, David.
Great.
Not many people look older. Well, why do you think you look older than 42?
Do I look older?
You have a much
You're gonna
younger
give him a
spirit.
complex.
I know.
Oh Jesus
What?
Christ! You're gonna give him a complex.
If he shaved his mustache, he would look like 32.
Yeah, little just for men. Get rid
Do
of
I
the
look older?
grays.
Do I look older, Pat?
No, I thought you were younger when I
Help me
met
out, Pat.
you, and I know you.
What's going on over
So,
here?
like, I
Fuck
feel
you
like-
guys, man.
Oh,
Oh, we
no.
can still insult you from over there. You didn't make it that far away. Fun times, David. We did it again.
job.
David
Good
Deary.
job.
There he goes. He's on Twitter at MF David Deary. Erin Darling is on Twitter at Erin A. Darling. I don't know if I mentioned that. Erin A. Darling and MF David Deary. DEERY.
A lot of D's.
Yeah, definitely a lot of D's. And I'd also, if I had to judge that set, I'd give it a D. So there he goes. There's
Oh,
one
man,
more
they're
D
too
for
hard
you.
on you,
See
David.
what I
Don't
did there?
listen to him.
I liked it.
David's
it was
fine.
about the D's.
David's fine.
It was funny though. You were funny. We didn't say that. You're funny.
Yeah. There you go. Hopefully he's not writing a hacky suicide letter right now. I pulled another name out of the bucket, and that name is John Mitchell, everybody. Whoa, Jesus. Oh, whoa.
So excited.
I can hear my roommate fucking. Anybody else have roommates they can hear fucking? Yeah, it's annoying, right? It's annoying. The other night I was so pissed off I just knocked on the door. Hey! Could you make a little more noise in there? I'm trying to jerk off. Thank you. Single guy. So that pretty much sums up my life. Single guy. Single guys, do you ever masturbate thinking about a woman so much that when you finally have a chance to have sex with her, you're over it? I'm just like, no thanks. Been there, done that. What? No, you weren't there, but trust me, you were loving it. I got bad tattoos. Trust me, guys, if you're going to get a tattoo in your second language, take it from me. Always consult with a native speaker. Don't just trust the Google translator. I got a tattoo on my back that reads, La vida espera. La vida espera. Life is bitch. Life is bitch. What happened to the A in that sentence, guys? That's the Google translator. Life really is a bitch when it's spelled incorrectly on you permanently. All right, thank you.
John Mitchell. Fuck yeah. I think we've done well over 100 episodes of this show, and I'm pretty sure you're the first guy to ever come out from underneath the table and shoot up on stage. That was very impressive, John. I don't know where you came from. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm a little disappointed. Those jokes usually hit, but whatever.
Where do they usually hit at? Is this like your jerk-off
My
thing
living-
where
my
you're
living room-
imagining
my
it and
living
you've
room
already
with my
been there
roommates.
and you've already done it, just like in your joke, and then you come here and you don't really want to do it that much anymore? Do you perform in front of a... Wait. Okay.
In front of my roommates.
Oh, really?
Like an
How many
extra
roommates do
ear
you have?
2. No, seriously, it does work, though. I just...
How long you been doing it?
A year.
A year.
Where at?
Alternative clubs, go to the Ice House.
Here in L.A., though.
Here in LA.
Where are you from?
Portland.
How long you been in L.A.?
3 years.
What made you want to start stand-up comedy?
I wrote a comedy screenplay, and I
Right.
just wanted to...
So you wrote a comedy screenplay.
Yep.
That didn't work.
Didn't work.
And you're like, I'm going to try the hardest art form in the world now. Maybe that'll...
I love it so much, though. You know.
Right. It's addictive, right?
I like his enthusiasm and his energy. Like, he heard his name. He
Yeah.
jumped up on stage. Like, this
Yeah.
guy's not afraid.
Absolutely.
So you're like, you know what you're like your jokes, you just have to, like, keep writing those jokes.
Yeah.
And find, like you're trying to do the surprise thing, like, especially on the first one, and twist it.
Yeah.
But it might not be the right twist, especially for the way you performed it. For the direction, doesn't match the direction you went on the first one. And then the second joke was about you ever jerk off or masturbate to a girl so much when you
Actually have a chance to have sex with her, you're over it.
which is a true feeling,
Yeah.
you know, which is a true feeling, but you still don't have a punchline to it. You just thought you had a punchline to it, so you have to find the punchline to that. You just got to spend more time writing on the same material that you did here tonight.
And then sometimes if you perform that and it's worked, it didn't work because of the words. It worked because of something you might have been doing on stage or how you performed it. I mean, performance is important. Some people are wordsmiths, and they can how they say sentence, it has to be a particular way, and that's going to get a laugh. You know, you're such an energetic guy, and I don't know if that's going to be your thing, but it could be.
Right.
But you probably think it is. You know, you probably think you're smarter than you really are.
No, I'm learning that I'm far dumber.
You know,
You
I mean, I'm just saying on stage. I mean, a lot of us think that, you know,
Right,
but you know,
right.
because you just even how you said that was brilliant, you know, to them it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
but you didn't perform it funny.
Right.
That's what people would say back to you. So you got to remember that there's a balance.
Yeah.
What do you do for work?
I'm a waiter.
Where at?
Al Gelato on Robertson. Come see me. Got good ice creams.
So you're a waiter at an ice cream place?
Well, we got ice cream. We got desserts. We got fucking... It's a half ice cream shop. I work at a goddamn ice cream shop.
Yeah, there you go. That's the answer I was looking for.
We
Absolutely.
have food, too, though. We have food, too.
You see, he put a little
Yeah.
extra on that.
Yeah. I work at a restaurant. What
I think
restaurant? Haagen-Dazs.
He's the maitre d' at Hagen.
One paper hat away from being an In-N-Out burger.
There you go.
You don't have to wear the paper hat there?
No.
Oh, I thought that was just like a rule at ice cream places.
Yeah, it's like an old pharmacy. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Come and get
So you get a
shake.
Beverly Hills Beverly Hills ice cream place. Robertson's a nice street. So you're getting a lot of fat rich people in there, right?
Yes, definitely. Fat
What's that
burns.
like? What do you notice? What do they get?
They get a lot of carbs. You know what I mean?
Well, that's ice cream.
Yeah,
How
a lot
about
of
like
breads, a lot of lasagnas, a lot of pastas. You know, I don't.
Oh, you have lasagna?
Yeah, no, we got food.
Who
here,
goes
too.
to a place with the word gelato in it to get lasagna?
It's the Persians.
Ah,
They think it means food.
right.
It means
So
food,
hilarious.
so I don't know.
Yeah, that answer ready to go.
Can you make the lasagna?
You make lasagna. You bring out to my car. Fuck you.
I want the ice cream and the lasagna.
What's your second language?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Well, that doesn't help you in working in Beverly Hills.
Nope.
Unless you're gonna clean shit.
Right. So what else? What else, John?
Like
It's all good.
he's only been doing it a year. We don't
Right.
even know what type of comic you're gonna
Yeah,
be. Like,
right.
you might be
Yeah.
a physical comic. You might be cerebral. You could go any way. It's just
Right.
at least keep writing.
Right.
And
Yeah, just
you'll be
experiment,
fine. Yeah,
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
experiment. Yeah, yeah.
And when you finally put your sweatshirt inside out correctly, things can really take off for you.
TJ Maxx.
Right. TJ minimum.
He's
All right,
quick.
John.
He's quick.
Talking about
Thank-
hack, yeah.
He's quick.
Wait, what? What was that? You're damn right,
It's
nothing,
on-
you scared little fucking bitch. John Mitchell, everybody. There you go. J Mitchell 5000. Fun times. You got it, man. It's on Twitter at J Mitchell 5000. That's right. Put your hands together for Robin Ryan.
So my day job, I'm an elementary school special ed teacher. And at Christmas time, one of my students came up to me and she said, "Do you have a Christmas tree?" And I said, "I don't have a Christmas tree." And this 8-year-old girl looks at me and she goes, "I know why you don't have a Christmas tree." And I was like, "Please, tell me why I don't have a Christmas tree." And she goes, "It's 'cause you're lonely." I was like, "I'm alone, not lonely. There's a difference." And she goes, "What's the difference?" And I look at this sweet little girl and I say, "The difference between being lonely and being alone is the amount of time you spend crying in your car." Thanks, guys.
What?
Yeah,
Get it now. Pow, pow, pow.
hilarious. You have another 20 seconds that you want to do
Oh.
just for the hell of it?
That same little girl, she came up to me one day and she was like, "I have to tell you something." And I was like, "Okay." And she goes, "You're not going to like it." I was like, "Give me a try. What do you have to tell me?" And she goes, "You look like you belong in Hollywood." And I was like, "That's a compliment. Thank you, honey." And she goes, "No. Like on the streets?"
Well, I would say you got a nice speaking voice.
Yeah.
and
Thank
it's
you.
very like you wrap people in right away, you know. And even if that joke could be constructed better, I'm very interested to hear what you're going to say next. And like, even if I was about to be uncomfortable, like I thought, like, oh, is this little girl going to make a fat joke, or is this little girl going to say something to you that's like really mean? But you even delivered it in a way that I was like, oh, okay, like I'm on board with that. And so that's a very nice.
Yeah.
I like that, you know.
Yeah.
That little kid is mean as shit.
Yeah, that little kid. Yeah.
You failed her, right?
Yeah, you have a.
Tomorrow was her last day in my class. She got moved to a different school.
No. Oh shit.
I'm actually super.
You let her escape.
So it's
type of
Put her in a
person-
gingerbread
what
house.
type of respecting person are you? You failed that little motherfucker.
Yeah, you have an extremely strong weapon in your smooth self-deprecation. Yeah. You're like the nurse that gives the shot and you didn't feel it and you like giggle afterwards like, "Really? It's done?"
Thank you.
Because you ease it right in there.
But
And,
it wasn't like really. It's not the kind of self-deprecation too that gonna make people groan either.
Right.
That kind of thing. It's kind of just
Right.
kind of like we immediately. I
Right.
hated that little kid.
Right.
And it, you know, and I think that's great. That's a gift. You know what I mean? So I like that. So you just need to work on how you really get some little more feeling in there about like, you know, this little kid. You know.
How long
Okay.
have you been working with special ed kids?
And it's a special ed kid. Ah!
Yeah. Yeah.
You made the special ed kid the villain. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You don't
really
even know.
is.
That's-
You don't even know how
Yeah.
awful they are.
That's why I never liked him. I never liked him.
Man, you really threw that kid under the short bus. Boom.
Tony, everybody, come on!
I'll just do it myself, motherfuckers.
This is my 10th year teaching.
What's that?
I've been teaching for
We actually finally spread into a spot.
I've been teaching for 10 years.
Teaching for 10 years. Has it all been special ed? Now,
My-
now, let me ask you something about special ed. Like, do you try to be a real teacher and you, like, flunk out and they're just like, but you can do special ed if you want? Like, is it like that?
No, so I was
Really? Everybody got serious. Like, whoa, that's a mean question.
no, I was
Totally forgot it was a comedy show for a second, huh?
I
All
was
right.
teaching, and then I was teaching in Georgia, and my principal was taking me on a tour of the school.
Do they have any non-special ed schools in Georgia?
It's just 1 out of 3 classes.
You don't even have to say special ed in Georgia.
Yeah.
We just call
Let's
it
say school.
school.
And she goes, "This is your class. Oh, by the way, you have special ed. You have a special ed teacher with you." And then the following year, I moved back to California, and I went to the district that I grew up in, and they were like, "We don't have any gen ed positions, but we have a ton of special ed positions." And I was like, "Psh, I'll go to school for that." So
Hell
I did.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
What made you
find
want
it?
to do this? I'm sorry. I just wonder what made you want to do comedy.
to do comedy. I just needed an outlet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Word.
that makes
It's a,
sense.
it's a hard
To
it's
not
a-
to
yeah.
not murder special ed
Oh my
kids.
gosh. You don't even know. There are some days, like when they've thrown a desk at me, that I just want to smack them, and I'm not allowed
Right.
to.
Well, you could probably smack them. I mean, they're wearing helmets, so who gives a fuck, right?
No, mine aren't that level of special ed.
Oh.
But you've
They're not that
obviously-
special.
Mildly special ed.
You've obviously mastered keeping your emotions in check.
Yeah, I'm really good at that.
Yeah, I can tell because like you could even in your set, you could have expressed some real anger or anything like that, but you were just pleasant the whole time. I mean, that's that's
What is anger gonna do, Eric?
really the way you went off on.
No. I'm not even talking like it's-
No, but I'm
She
saying, but
doesn't
that's
need
just
to
a one. But I'm saying she kept. I'm saying I like that she kept that in check. I mean, sometimes people like I've talked about things where you could tell I'm angry about it, and that's the funny of how I'm talking about it. And I'm saying the funny of how she was talking about this is the fact that you were talking about a horrible kid, but you kept your emotions in check, and then it made the story flow. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it'd be tough for her to be
I'm not saying
to
for
show
her to do that.
in this. Yeah. I mean, she made the right
Yeah,
natural
yeah.
choice. Yeah.
Do you find it? Do you think it's more rewarding than teaching? What would we call them? Normal kids?
Gen ed class.
What's that? What was that word?
Gen ed, general ed,
Oh,
I mean, you make it sound like prison though, like Gen Pop. You know what I mean?
Gen pop.
Gen ed.
I've never taught a gen ed class, so I don't know. This is my first year. Like I have 13 students that are mine all day, and before that, I've always done like an RSP room. So the kids come to me for like 30 to 40 minutes a day, like 4 days a week.
So you've never taught a general education
never taught
class.
a
So
general
like
class,
you've
no.
never basically ever said a line or asked a question and not heard the word "dirt" right afterwards, huh? Really? Nothing on that? Okay.
See,
you guys really love me.
You know what's
No,
you
no,
know
no,
what's
you
I
know
went
what?
I went
You know what?
stupid instead of smart.
I think
No,
what's
no.
interesting about that is that you did it the
There's
way
a
you
seal
did it.
here. Where'd that seal come
But I'm
from?
saying the way you did it is like how like somebody might do the joke and then that's the response you would get where it's
Right.
kind of like oh man
Right.
Yeah.
and the way you talk about it you're just kind of
Right.
like oh wow it's different, it's interesting.
Well, because I don't ever get a response. That's the whole thing. Like I'm like, okay, guys, what's today? And I'm like today's Tuesday. What's today? And they're just like,
Wow.
So you're bombing all day.
oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you perform in front of a crowd, you're like, fuck it, Gen Pop audience.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm down for this Gen Pop audience show tonight.
yeah.
And that's what's amazing is that with your job you really wouldn't even have to be good at it because what are they really going to learn anyway? You know what I mean? Like
I'm actually very good at it.
Oh.
Not to
Says
toot my own
you.
horn. No, my kids are reading this year. I have
reading.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're on like
The blind kid is reading.
No, I don't have a blind kid. No blind kids.
Okay.
I have they're
Oh, so
reading.
you got something against
three-letter
blind
words
kids?
And what? I
Nothing.
forgot you were here.
Do you feel like you're You're having a bad night, bro.
Oh my God, I thought you weren't going to get bashed that much harder, and then boom, from the nicest person all night.
What did he?
Oh my God.
What did he say?
Nicest chick in the room.
What did he say?
Hard, I forgot you were here. Wow.
You know what?
Tenderly.
Is it work? Is
Yeah.
it working though? When you do this and whatever you're feeling, do you feel better after you do this? Like
Yeah, yeah.
So you
a
don't
lot.
even. That's interesting. Like what Ian's saying. What's anger going to do? Because I would feel like that this would be the time where you could be like, "These motherfucking kids," you know. But you're,
Yeah.
and you're still getting it out. It's still, you know.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll go to an open mic and just be like, "You're not gonna believe my fucking day," and then I'll just like talk about my day for a minute, and people are just like, "What the hell do you do?" Like,
Yeah.
you know, as the kid standing on a chair calling me the N-word, and I'm like, "You're Vietnamese and I'm white. You can't say it."
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, the kid is retarded and doesn't know better.
Wow.
Look at Ian, that retard advocate over here.
I'm just
I had
saying,
one
man.
kid that like he started lifting up his shirt and running around the classroom and just being like, "Look at me, I'm a sexy fucking bitch," and I'm like, "Put your shirt down. Nobody wants to see that." So you know.
Did you
people
say
don't-
you have a one student that's special and Vietnamese? Is that what you
I
said?
have two Vietnamese kids in my class.
Two?
Yeah.
What are the odds of that?
Right? Yeah.
That's interesting.
How do you really feel about Vietnamese, Tony?
Well, I mean, on a scale from 1 to 10, I give him a foe.
It's pretty quick.
You guys like that one? You're a bunch of fucking hacks. How about that? You're a bunch of hacks. I didn't even like that one. I said it and I was embarrassed immediately, and look at all of you just, brilliant. Idiots. Robin, I fucking love you. Robin Ryan, am I right?
Yeah.
Yes, Robin Ryan. Please come back. Where do you live?
I live in South LA.
Great. Come back.
Wow. And you live in South LA.
I
Jesus
do.
Christ.
I do.
Come back. Hang around the Comedy Store more. You have a real knack for this, and great timing and great delivery.
Come back
And
and let go of that stress.
Yeah. No, 28 days. 28 days till summer. 28 days.
oh, I see.
Yeah. I've been counting
Okay.
down since 179.
And I just want to say, wow.
You're just naturally funny.
There's
Great
180
job.
days in a
right?
school year.
Yeah, it's
Great
amazing. And I think it's so nice that you wear your students' art projects out at
I know,
night.
isn't this fucking amazing? I'm gonna, you know what, Tony? I'm just gonna take it as a compliment. So,
It is.
Fuck you.
It is. I love you. Robin Ryan, everybody. There
Thank
she
you.
goes.
Good job, Rob.
Fuck yeah. Andy Milanakis is funnier than ever, everybody. Absolutely hilarious.
You know what I love about her the most? She forgot about him.
Oh, yeah. That was amazing. It really was.
And then she blocked him out. He
Well,
wasn't even
he
involved.
reminds her of some of her kids. So she-
Eric, don't disrespect those kids like that.
Man, we just keep going.
Oh, another shoot.
Beating a
Guns
dead
again.
horse. It's only good fun, man. If you can't take it.
Pat, how you doing, man?
You all right?
Doing good, man.
I love it.
No, he's not.
Guys, we've come to the part of the show where our two regulars go up. Ever since the start of this show, there have been two female comedians, awesome, writing a new and performing a new minute every single week. So they're basically their entire thing is documented out there on Kill Tony's, and they write and perform a new one every week. And it's not going to be any different this week. Your first comedian going up, University of Florida dropout. Absolutely awesome. Put your hands together for the great Kimberly Congdon, everybody. Here she is.
Thank you. My mom and dad got divorced young and she got remarried. I fucking hated the guy. I didn't hate him because he was my stepdad. I hated him because I'm not going to respect anyone named Shelby. It's like he'd come in my room like, clean this shit up. This is a huge mess. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, calm down, Shelby. Did you lose your bobby pins? Shelby. You can't even afford a Mustang. He hated being a stepdad. It was weird because it's like, this is no surprise. We've been here. This is like a choose your own adventure, dude. You pick this. He didn't let us talk at dinner time, which was weird. He kept the TV on instead. And it got real awkward when those commercials started coming on about family time is talk time.
Is there more to that?
No, not really.
Okay,
Still
perfect.
working on it.
Well, there you go. That's a brand new minute of good personal to you material. That's got to be rough. Shelby, huh?
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Yeah.
That is a weird name. That's a guy's name?
It's my stepdad's name.
Shit.
We hated each other.
Really?
Bad.
Is he still your stepdad?
He's still my stepdad.
Oh, so you guys get along now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, until he hears your material.
Until tonight.
Yeah. How long's he been with your mom?
Since I was 5.
Wow. So that's an interesting.
That's almost real dad territory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's close. Didn't make it though. Still Shelby.
Right.
I like.
Yeah.
I just want to. I like when you said we hated each other. You know what I mean? That means there's a lot of shit to tell.
Yeah.
And if you could, the Shelby, the name part, that's like the surface joke that gets you into we hated each other and why and what you did to antagonize him and how you felt.
Right.
You know, having this, you know, there's a lot there. It's a new minute. So I just want you just to look into all that.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'll say what I like is, you know, this is about you too, Tony. Like doing this, you just came up and it was like, okay, my turn. You grabbed the mic and you just went right into it, and it's just like that's like from doing this so much. How do you think that that's helped you? Like when you're going to do like, you know, I don't want to say real sets, but like longer sets, or you're doing shows.
Well, it's definitely made a difference because when I first used to get up here, I feel like I would just say things to fill in the time because I was scared that I didn't have enough things to make people laugh. And now I just don't. Now I feel like I don't have enough time.
Right. Now you're probably, I think, the only person all night that did one topic, 1 minute on one subject. So that goes to show. I mean, even the guy that has been doing it 11 years changed direction 5 or 6 times or 4 or 5 times in 60 seconds. So that's
yeah,
very
it's
impressive.
interesting. Yeah, because it made me feel like I was like, oh, yeah, let's hear more about this. You know, we're going, and then it's like, oh, the time's up. You know, so it's like, no, it's good. You're doing great. You know, you don't need us to praise you. but it's
Anything
just
crazy?
like, you know.
Anything crazy happened lately that you just want to talk about? Since
Nothing really crazy.
you've been in LA for how long now?
I've been doing Kill Tony and stand up same night for 2 years next month.
Wow.
So it's been 2
Anniversary
years.
Look at that. Look at that. So that's coming up. That's the way that I find out that the 2-year anniversary of Kill Tony's coming up next month, everybody. So look out for that. All right. Well, great. We did it again.
Okay.
Another brand new minute from Kimberly Congdon, everybody. There she goes. She's on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon.
Well, she should have 2 hours.
Right? Yeah. Something like that. Your other regular, every single week, new minute, the hilarious fun stylings of the great Sarah Wine-Shank, everybody. Here she is.
I've been carrying around a backpack. When you're a girl and you wear a backpack, people ask questions. What are you doing, planning for an adventure? Oh, I don't need to get the door for you because you have a backpack. You're a real independent woman, I see. But the only reason I carry a backpack is because I have a healthy amount of teenage angst. I was a roller backpack kid. Yeah. My dad didn't want me to hurt my back by carrying both my pencil case and my social studies book. So he got me a roller backpack. I'd like to find whoever the fuck invented the roller backpack and shove them in a locker. Just out of solidarity for all the kids who have been shoved in lockers that have roller backpacks. I rolled up to 6th grade. The teacher just was like, just checking one bag.
There it is. Another new minute from Sarah Wine-Shank. It's one of those nights where
Fire!
you get to see what writing and performing a brand new minute.
Yeah, I like how weird you are. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
No, really, for real. It's like, you're wrapped right in. It's like, oh, this is a weird chick. Let's hear about it.
Right. And that's exactly what's so cool.
Yeah.
What me and Red Band and obviously, the fans of the show know is that what's crazy about the two girls is that they're so different.
Yeah.
And what's cool is if I had to describe them even before tonight, I'd say Kim talks more about is more long form and talks more about like family and things like that, and Sarah talks about goofy like knickknacks and things like that. For example, a roller backpack. So tonight's a perfect example of them adding, at least another minute to a bunch of great stuff.
And the guy, the old professor-looking guy.
Yeah, David Deary.
The guy that looked like he's invented the Back to the Future
hanging
car.
from a noose in the back of the room. Right
thick ass mustache.
So yeah, like he was talking about where do I get original or new topics. This is just a little thing she picked up about backpacks, roll backpacks, and just ran with it. Like I never heard anybody talk about that before. But now on top of that, it's just your head leaning to the side, like it. And just you have like a character already, and it's instantly funny to me.
Yeah,
my head's also leaning to the side. And
wow, jeez.
Just like to say that.
Yeah, but there's no.
Sometimes my head is askew.
But there should be.
I've never seen anybody try to dig themselves out of a hole, but you're digging the wrong direction. Like you're back in the
going to
dirt,
China.
like just going deeper into the ground.
No, that's Pat. That's
That's Pat. Ian has you just set in stone. I don't think you're ever gonna save this. Pat, did you know Ian Edwards before tonight?
No, man. This is the Comedy Store, so sometimes,
Wait, what's it about the Comedy Store?
Sometimes you're the punching bag, sometimes you're the boxer, and there's a black guy here tonight, so I guess...
Whoa, wait,
I like when people still use the term black guy for their punchline, and then the crowd just stares at them.
I'm just trying.
I know.
It's adorable.
It's adorable.
You could have said brothers. When white guys say that, I love that.
So Sarah, you got another killer minute. The roller bag. Did you ever ask your dad why you're saying it's for health reasons for the backpack? Oh yeah, I would say this is that the one part that I think isn't necessary is just saying pencil protector and social studies book. I would just tell the truth and say he didn't want me to carry all those books in the back. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, but
Because one
books.
book and one. Really, you only had one book?
I feel like he.
Who was your teacher? Robin Ryan?
No.
One book joke, guys. Remember the special ed teacher? It was fucking 8 minutes ago. What the fuck, man? Jesus fucking Christ! I get excited. Oh, I have a show that draws a cool crowd. No, no, not that cool. Sometimes, but you guys are daydreamers.
I knew. I added that social studies thing last minute, and I wanted to say something. I didn't say it.
What'd you want to say?
That the backpack is the only thing, if you add a set of wheels to it, that it's not cool. If you get a set of wheels, you're cool.
Yeah.
But not on a backpack.
Yeah.
Well, except for Pat and some LA gears. You know what I mean?
Oh shit. Did you ever get to have a normal backpack?
Yeah. Now. No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
In high school.
Yeah.
I said I'm not going to take it anymore, Steve.
My favorite part of the whole thing was when you said that, oh, I don't need to open the door for her. She's got a backpack. She's an independent girl. Like I think it really hit hard with this room because there is sort of that vibe. You're really nailing some truth there where it's sort of like, there's some people that give off the vibe of they don't want your help. And backpack people do come across that way. Yeah. So if you want to, you know what I mean?
Backpack
it's like
people.
Yeah, exactly. And I do call them
backpack people.
A couple of my smartest, most brilliant friends ever were backpack people, and like Angelo Bowers always had a backpack. Gerard Carmichael usually had a backpack.
At least it wasn't a fanny pack.
Wow, Erik Griffin. I can't believe you. Oh, wait, now I see what you did.
That was a callback to...
I gotcha. All right.
Pussy pack. That's what it'll be called.
Everybody failed at some point tonight, and that's what's beautiful about Kill Tony is that we can all make mistakes, except for Ian Edwards, who just crushed the entire time.
I'll make him. I mean, I shouldn't have started talking to Pat,
Sarah Wine-Shank, you did it again. Another new minute. Follow her on Twitter at Princess Shank. Guys, we did it.
Princess Shank. I like that.
Episode 100 and something. I'm
That's
Kill
it.
Tony. See us in San Fran and Sacramento next month, you streamers and periscopers, if you're still listening. Follow Josh Martin Comic. He helps the whole show. Kimberly Congdon, Princess Shank on Twitter. The one and only Pat Reagan is Patty Reagan, Pattyregan on Twitter. A very fun addition to the show.
Great musician. He's funny. Give it up for him for earlier.
Buy his album on iTunes. Pat Reagan Smells Like Shit. Get it on Spotify, iTunes.
He does music.
Get it everywhere.
Does music.
Skip track 1 on that album. Track 1 is fucking terrible. Start on track 2.
Skip track. You know what? Skip track 3. Go to track 30. It's
Ian
a good
Edwards, you're anything you want to promote? Anything going on? Ian
I'll be-
Edwards comic. You're an amazing writer. What else?
Yeah, that's it, man. I'll be at the store.
I love it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you can always catch all of us at the Comedy Store. We're all pals hanging out. Eric Griffin,
ERIK at Erik Griffin. That's all I know.
Eric Griffin, catch him on Workaholics. Brian Redband, we did it again.
Yeah, hey, by the way, secret show Wednesday here in the main room. Sarah Silverman, Joe Rogan, Ralphie May, a bunch of people. It's on sale right
And
now.
for you people that live in different towns, check out TonyHinchcliffe.com. I'm probably coming to your city, and look out for my new 1-hour special coming out soon, sometime in the next couple months. Look for it. Bye-bye.